Hi there everyone, it's Mike again from Cavill, and I'm the man that's on a mission to help and support as many businesses in the hospitality sector as I possibly can. It's important to me to try and get out and reach and support as many people as I can, and I hope that these videos are going some way towards actually doing that, that when you're watching these you are getting something from these. At the moment in time, one of the things I want to kind of look at in today is let's look into this kind of staff utopia, staff self-managing themselves, and what's the impact of that on what we've been talking about previously around simplicity and around time, your time, one of the key things that we look into. So what is this staff utopia? What is it? Does it even exist? And what the bloody hell am I talking about? But basically, in short, for me and for what I look to provide in terms of the utopia aspect, it's about, if we look back at sports to start off with, looking back at sports, taking things like rugby, why not? That's what I'm interested in. You don't get a coach who's going in there and micromanaging every aspect of the team. Some coaches do, but generally coaches, they go in and they're trying to train the team, they're trying to upskill them, they're trying to add value so that when they go out there onto the pitch, when the coach isn't there, they're not on the pitch doing the business, that actually players they have can actually just fit in, do what they've got to do, that everything they've been coached and trained about, this is just a general routine, they know it, no matter what it gets thrown at them, they can handle it, they can deal with it, they can roll with the punches, and they can get the result, they can ground out that result they need to get every single time they're on the pitch. So for me, I like to apply that towards businesses. So in that sense of things, what you want is a situation where your staff are self-managing situations, self-managing themselves, and teams are coming together and being self-managed by themselves as well. That means that, you know what, if someone's not on their game, if someone's not turning up, if people are always sick, if they're getting in late, that actually people take that within the team and they can actually tackle that problem partially themselves. Whilst that's always going to be something that's going to be a responsibility for you know, supervisors, managers and owners, at the end of the day, one of the key things is some of that can be done within the team, because you're going to have an ethos, you're going to have values that everyone's going to be committed to, and if you've got someone who's going to be a dead weight that's not putting towards that, then you want some kind of self-management within that. If I take a look at, for example, recently the England rugby team came together for their regular training sessions in the build-up for their autumn games. As part of that, two players, one of which is absolutely a phenomenal player called Tungalangi, they got sent home. They got sent home. Why? They got sent home because they went out and did something that didn't meet with the values of that team. They went out and got drunk one night, came back, and that is not what that team is about. That's not the ethos that they've been working towards. So when they come back into the fold with that bigger team, that's not going to mix it. That's not going to cut it. So they've gone pretty quick. But that, I mean, two players, we're talking about 30 odd players that are in that current group and set that are out there training. You know, two players to go and do that, it's not the values. They will become isolated within that team. So teams do have a role to play in terms of part of their self-management, in terms of getting the job done when they're out there without constantly having to hassle or to ask supervisors and managers for support and help. But then that has a knock-on impact I want to talk about in another video, which is where actually your supervisors and managers aren't actually supervisors and managers, they're actually coaches and leaders. So they're trying to lead the team to where they're meant to be and coach them, support them to get there. So that's quite a different aspect. Now, if you're one of those teams at the moment where you're kind of trying to see the wood for the trees, you're trying to put out all these fires all at once and you don't know which one to tackle first, because you're trying to micromanage, because, do you know what, it doesn't matter how much I tell this person what the table numbers are, they never seem to remember them, and no one wants to help them. They're just getting on and doing their thing as well, so no one's actually working in a cohesive way. And I've got to be there to make sure that all these little things are working around and doing what they're doing. You're the puppet master, and what you want to do is cut the strings and not have puppets. You want a real boy. That's what you want a real boy. So at the end of the day, this is about people being able to think for themselves, being able to act for themselves, and being able to manage themselves and themselves within a team set, so that actually it restricts and reduces the amount of work that you're doing. It transforms it from being a micromanager to being a coach and to being a leader. And that's what you want to look to be. That's where you need to be, and that's where you should be spending your time. And that will, in essence, free up a lot of considerable time for yourself. So I want to go into that in a bit more detail through later videos. But what I want to do today as well at the back end of this video is just to ask you, if you're liking these videos, if you find these valuable at all, then please click the thumbs up and also like and subscribe. That would be fine and dandy. Thank you very much. Equally, if you've got any comments, negative, positive, whatever they are, I'd love to read them in the comments below. Obviously, we do filter and look at what the comments are that are coming in, so we don't put out a load of spam that people will tend to put in on the comments box. But please, if you've got something useful to say, feedback, whether it be positive or whether it be negative, I promise you we will put it up there. We're looking for all of the feedback and looking to see what other videos we can do. If there's something that we've not spoken about just yet that you think actually is really pertinent to you and your business, drop a comment. Let us know. Let's do this. Okay? Have a great weekend, and I'll see you a bit later. Have fun. Bye.